Hello, welcome everybody to LSDJ Telemelt Live. I was like, what's my show called again? This is the show where we do LSDJ on Telemelt Live. And we have a few special guests. And I'm listing them even if they're not all here yet. We have .exe, we have Connor Baxter and Skip Sandwich DX, and forthcoming, pouale. So thanks, y'all, for joining me. Something is bound to grow drastically wrong because it seems like the stream setup went well today. And yeah, it's funny because every time I play the intro, I try to time it so that the stream transitions right as the song ends, but inevitably there's like a half second of the next song that always starts playing. So it's like, whatever. Okay. Yeah. So maybe we want to play through this to get a feel for where we're at. And then we can pass things on. I don't know. I might take a turn first because I was listening to this earlier. But yeah. All right, here we go. And then it just kind of loops from there. Do we have this like? Oh man, maybe I need to change. I'm messing with a key delay repeat. Don't mind me. I'll just put it back on the default for now. But using the whatever settings I have on the M8 is not the most comfortable. I just want to make sure that we've got. I think this is still pretty much in there, kind of. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe that can be like a sort of a breakdown type of thing. I want to... okay, I'll start the timer now. I've only been in here for an hour, so don't mind me. But like, I just want to go. That's a variation. Mm. Do we have like a? We'll make another wave instrument. I don't know. Oh, is this the part where? Oh wait, not that phase. This is the part where everybody goes, "What are you doing? How do you just make a sound without hearing what you're doing?"
Yeah, you gotta listen to it 100 times until it gets annoying.
Yeah, just give up in the end. Yeah. Just go back to basic sine wave. Yeah.
Go make some food.
Yeah, at least I know how my oven works.
It's true. There's only so many buttons.
Yeah.
Overall, it seems like
That's cool.
this track can be condensed like a lot.
Yeah. I tried to throw in some structure because it was all over the place, but it was it's very repetitive right now.
Yeah, it sort of sits on the same groove. Yeah.
There's definitely some like areas that like signal, okay, this would be cool resolution, and this would be cool to build it up to that. But there's not too much more other than that.
Yeah, I wanted to like add some like impression of flow to the overall track, and you know, just the classic like throw out an idea even if it's not good, and then the next idea will be better.
Yeah.
All ideas are bad. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Okay, I don't know.
I agree.
Well, then this track should be amazing because I don't think anyone's had any great ideas yet.
Listening back, I really like the vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely vibey. I think like, you know, Je m'appelle kicked off like the tone of the track for the most part.
That was the most exquisite French I've ever heard.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
It's okay. I'm Canadian, so I'm judging you a little bit, but it's.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry, it's.
Give me a letter grade.
I love that. Je m'appelle 10 out of 10. Please always pronounce it like that.
I did not say J, I said Ja. Okay.
Je m'appelle.
Run it back.
Je m'appelle.
I heard J Maple. Okay.
Maple.
Okay, now
It's because it's Canadian.
You're
it's
crazy.
French Canadian.
You know what? If Canada didn't want us Americans in there, then I'd go over there right now.
Oh no.
No, I love it, honestly. That's how I'm pronouncing it.
He's not French either, so.
I want this to go away, but then come back. But then I had to retrig the instrument, I guess. I don't want to do that. Oh, man. I don't know what's worse, having a controller that doesn't work or using the M8. It's probably an issue with the key delay repeat on the thing itself.
It's annoying.
I'm like 2 seconds away from making an MS Paint meme about my French pronunciation. I'm about to leave this stream. Flex myself in artistic ways. I don't need you guys.
That's really cool with a little click, yeah.
Isn't it illegal to go up past the 5th octave in this? Is chat not working, or is it just very quiet today?
I think it's quiet today, I hope.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would know. Yeah, we've got one chat message and it's displaying.
And it's not.
And I mean, hey, I did a little bit of promo. Like, I did post like 30 minutes before the stream started in a few Discords, and they go.
It's all good.
And they, what's up, Mari's Video Vault? I like these.
Last week was
I like
super
these
chatty.
emojis. I have no idea how you do that, or just if that's what the YouTube ones look like.
Yeah,
It's
the
YouTube.
YouTube emojis are really crappy and weird. And I love them.
Unhinged.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put one in.
Hey, April.
Hey, well.
Uh-oh, we got Pouale here. Welcome, welcome.
Yep.
Yeah, you missed it. .exe was like pronouncing words in French really poorly before.
Oh,
Yeah, it's J Maypill.
yeah, that's it. That's exactly that.
What was that instrument I literally just created? Oh, it's here, 2E.
J Maple sounds like a proper rapper name.
It
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm French Canadian is a legit flex nowadays.
I am not French Canadian. I have relatives, though.
I kind of like this, taking my turn at the beginning and like, getting it over with. I've got 2.5 minutes left.
Oh yeah, I posted about this on Twitter, but a demo scener named Modmate has passed away, so I recommend checking out his music. He's
Oh.
a good
Damn.
Atari
R.I.P.
musician. R.I.P.
Will do. Thanks for sharing. Sorry. Condolences to everyone in the demo scene.
Yeah. Musicians can never actually die though, because music.
That's true.
I did not clone that, and I also don't care.
Mhm.
That's nice.
Is Winter Chip finally over, or did it get another extension?
Oh, I think it must be finally over. I got in a bunch of voting this week, so at the
Yeah,
time
same.
it was I got like 33% of the way done, but then of course like more entries poured in, so I don't actually know where I'm sitting at now, but it felt good to like get a majority. The one thing I wish is that like there was a way to just find the entries that you haven't voted on, because it gets to that point where you're like, I already voted on this category, but I can't remember
Yeah.
which
yeah.
ones I...
And you keep trying to do like the previous entry, and you just end up going through the same ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says there's 15 minutes left to do your entries. There's a 404 entries at the moment.
404. Entry not
Yeah.
found.
Error.
Okay, let's see where we're at. With 20 seconds. I feel good about that.
Oh, I love that field. That's great.
Not bad, not bad. All right, who wants to go next?
I would love
.exe.
to go next. Woo!
Boom. Our hero.
First of all,
2, 1. Your time's up. No.
I wanted to check if this weird groove is still being used.
It's totally being used throughout the whole thing, like in the noise channel. Yeah.
I don't think it is anymore.
Well, there's it might be, or it might not be. I guess I don't remember if I set the groove or who did.
I did. And now I'm going to fix my mistake. Because, okay, here's the thing. Like, when I first set that, the song was weird, and I was just trying to find something, like, wonky about the groove, and it didn't really work, and then it just kind of kept along, and then I think it got fixed, and then in that one chain,
No.
I had programmed it so that it would go back to that groove whenever I...
Right.
Yeah, so now there's a bunch of useless groove commands in here, and... Yeah, that groove only exists in like one phrase from what I'm seeing, and it wasn't really even used in that phrase, so...
Yeah, but there is like a triplet thing that feels very intentional, whether it actually is.
Oh, really? Well, you can restore that if you want. If you want to find exactly what I just did.
The thing is... Yeah, it's... That hi-hat pattern in like... the first beat of the first bar. That I know I said this already, but I'm really gunning for Yogurt Song to win Wintership.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
It's so...
Yeah, I think it has its chances.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be up there, but man, some of the entries are so good.
Oh,
as
absolutely.
they always are. I just like am blown away. There's one module by it's a collab between Blower 5 and Agargara that's just like, it's so good. It's like glitchy jazz fusion or something. Hey, Lif FM, welcome to the stream. It's like Little FM. Just like only like maybe us and a few other people know what Little FM is enough to the point of having used it.
I'm not even sure that everyone here knows what Little FM is.
It sounds familiar, but I think it's just a combination of things that I know.
It's something that you can use. I think of it as like pretty exclusive to Dragon Derp cartridges, but it also works on Bleep Bloops to allow you to get 8 save files on the same cartridge with only one ROM though. How are you making transitions between tracks in live sets? I'll speak for myself and then everybody else can answer. A couple of different ways. If I'm feeling really fancy about it, I'll like add in custom like transitions. If I plan my set list in advance and I'm thinking like, I want to sync these 2 songs, I need to go from this BPM to this BPM. I need like 16 bars of transition. I'll like write those in, and then, you know, I have 2 Game Boys, and then setting up the sync between 2 of them with a link cable to make sure that I start the next one when the previous one ends. But more recently, the lazy way is just having 2 Game Boys, and all of my songs have a beginning and they have an ending. Like, you will know when the song ends, and then I just start the next song on the other Game Boy with no syncing, and it could be a totally different vibe or whatever. So those 2 ways are usually how I do it. It does require 2 Game Boys.
That's what I was hearing. I knew an inversion would be good.
Just
here,
get a
but I wasn't
MacBook.
sure.
Oh, USB stick. Either that or just make a bad joke in between every song. That always works.
You know, I think that's underrated, actually. Like, I feel like, personally, I love it when the artist, like, takes a few minutes to kind of talk to the audience. I think that's, like, I don't know, I didn't do it in the beginning, and it took me a while to kind of get comfortable, like, acknowledging, hey, there's people here who actually want to see me play. But I remember one time being in, like, attending somebody's, like, final, like, recital, And all they did was play every song. They didn't like say, "Hey, I'm so and so. This is my recital." Blah blah blah. Like they didn't. Here are the songs I picked, and they didn't talk about the songs. It was literally just like they played the songs, and that was the end. And it was really bizarre to the point where people started commenting on it, like, "Man, maybe talking to the audience is kind of nice."
I think I'm just sort of used to it, like with not really doing chiptune gigs, but doing like prog metal gigs or guitar gigs or whatever. Because you've always got a tune at some point. Do you know what I mean? So there's always that awkward silence, so you have to talk, and you just slowly get used to it. And now we're gonna play the tuning song, bang, or whatever.
Yeah. Born to Pro Sound, forced to MP3 on Jump Drive. It's the hardware situation is not what it once was. Oh yeah, I was gonna do the intro, and now I forgot again, and now it's 20 minutes into the stream. But yeah, Telemelt is an emulator that runs in the browser, and it allows us to pass the controller around virtually across different continents. So that's why we have 5 people in the chat, and we're all working on the same song together. In case anybody, it's their first time and they don't know what's going on. So it's a lot of fun.
This is their stories.
And we also have nothing better to do. That's also why we're here.
Good luck on the tunes, all. Thanks. Yeah. And then there was something else that I was. Oh yeah, if the volume issues are off, like if something is too loud or too quiet, let me know. And I feel like my voice is maybe a little on the high end.
I just adjust people in Discord.
Yeah.
Personally, for my feed, for myself.
Yeah, but the people on the stream can't do that.
They don't have that option.
Oh, sorry. Just trying to pay attention to music and people talking at the same time.
Probably not very exciting, but I wanted to do a few inversions and stuff there.
Yeah. I think that is so cool because it's like I can hear the melodic sensibility. Like it's crazy to hear. Like normally your melodic sensibility is buried under like a harsh wall of noise, where it's like it's still effective there too. But it's so cool to just hear it like stripped back almost, like .exe unplugged.
Yeah, that is the equivalent for him for sure.
I have no melodic sensibilities, only mathematical sensibilities. That's why it's all like, counting, number of notes between it.
What is that phrase you described him as? It was like, you take chiptune and make it not sound like chiptune?
Yeah.
Anti-chiptune. I'd love to do like a run of some kind here. I don't know how to do runs though. I'll try something.
The next person has to fix it. How did you choose the song to collab on? Great question. We just finished a previous track, and Skip Sandwich actually had been chatting with Je M'appelle, who's a great artist, both visual artist, chiptune artist, and like electronic music artist who's been around for a little while. And they submitted a little draft for us, which was a huge treat. And so we wanted to take the opportunity to work on it because it's kind of an honor that they would bother to pop in and give us a little sketch of theirs.
I'm back. I had to take a phone call.
Sorry to hear that.
Was it about your extended car warranty?
It was actually my boss, and he never calls me. So I was like, oh, I better answer it. And he was just telling me a joke. I was like...
Amazing.
It's like the best call you can get from your boss, let's be honest.
Yeah.
No, that'll work. What did it C?
For runs, think of a motif and loop it with variations. All right, you get your extension.
I don't know how to make a motif.
Wall officially lost 30 seconds in his time.
No.
And then I want that.
Technically, you were in the noise channel first, but I think this is the first time I've seen you like in pulse channels for those of your time.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Cool.
You usually do like drum and bass. This is cool.
Yeah, getting that 6 in that. That's nice.
Okay, I'm done.
Cool.
Alright. I've got a few ideas unless anyone else wants to get in there.
Go for it.
Yeah. What did I? Oh, is controller working today? Maybe not. Hey, cool.
Nice.
It feels good when you get more comfortable with your tools and like I guess music in general when you can like remember what you want to do with a song. I remember when I started it was like if I don't get this idea down in like the next 5 seconds it's just gone. And now it's like I had ideas last week that I was able to remember. It feels good. I don't know if anyone can relate, but that's been my experience.
I can, but by the time I re-listen to the song, like the memory will trigger of like, oh
Yes.
shit, yeah, I wanted to do that on this part. So
I'm having the opposite experience because I had no ideas for anything, and now I'm like, oh, finally something.
I had one idea, to be fair. So.
I was like opening a save file earlier, but I opened the wrong file, and it was a file from a couple months ago, and it was like Defmex Casting Shadows. That was just like the last loaded song. And I'm like, oh, what's this? I hit play. I'm like, oh my god, what did I make? I'm like, oh wait, this isn't mine.
It sometimes happens to me like that. I download some LSDJ songs from other people, and then like months later, I listen to them. Like I have no recollection of working on that. And, oh yeah, okay, that's not one of my songs. That's why.
I had a similar. I mean, it wasn't quite the same thing, but like I put Disposable Planets bundles on my M8 because I was like, I want to just check out the stuff that he's doing, and like that way I can maybe steal some of his ideas. And then instead of working on any new songs, like I just kept listening to his tracks on the M8. It's like just using this as like a jukebox. I'm going to talk about the M8 some more because I can't remember. I probably talked about the betas. I don't remember when the betas started coming out, but firmware 5.0 was just released with some awesome features like being able to use wavetables in the FM synth, being able to record stuff live while samples are playing, and also render external instruments live, which is like opens up a whole bunch of crazy possibilities. I was never really like I could never figure out how to use it as like a sampler because I don't really have a sample-based workflow, but I've just kind of been experimenting with like recording little like piano loops and kind of manipulating those, or I was working with some breaks and doing some chops on that just for like for fun and for a Winter Chip song. So I had that Winter Chip draft sitting on my SD card for probably 3 years, and like intending every year to submit to Winter Chip, and then finally I was like, I wasn't even sure if we were gonna get Wild Chip this year. So when I saw that come out, I was like, okay, now I really have to finish this track, get it out of the way, and then yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. It seems like I'm like the most motivated to write on M8 when there's like new features. But it feels like it's so mature now. Like he expanded the EQs to 128, so now you can have one EQ per instrument, and it's very stable and packed to the gills with features, and it's like super exciting. So I feel like I'll probably end up using it more, and hence the thumbnail of the last stream. Skip sandwiches Photoshop.
Yeah.
Love using my Game Boy as a jukebox. Makes me miss my iPod. You know, iPods are still around, and you can put Rockbox on them. I'll say that. You can upgrade the you can either get a larger hard drive, or you can replace it with like flash like SD card memory. So I recommend it because yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I miss hardware players and like downloading music. That's why I like Bandcamp so much.
I still like download my music, and I don't use Spotify or anything like that at all. I just download music and listen to it on my phone or stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah,
but the issue with that is like I always listen to the same songs for the past 10 years or so.
Yeah, but still, man, if they're good, they're good. Like I have standbys that I go back to. Like I listen to a lot of Bill Wirtz and like Nelward. Those are like two of the artists that if I don't have like anything in mind to listen to, I'll go listen to them. And I took all my music off Spotify because it was just like, it got to the point where I'm like, I have to do something about this. Like I have to at least try to have some integrity if I don't believe that this is the way that a service should operate. Oh no! I love Rockbox. I had a pimped iPod, but the battery broke and it fell off. Oh no. Severely dislike Spotify. Yeah, it's a bummer. That sucks. I started using this. It's called like the Sansa Clip Zip. It's like you can. I mean, I don't think they're that expensive on eBay. They're tiny and the battery doesn't last for very long, but they do run Rockbox, and you can fit like, you know, 128 gig micro SD in there and load them up. And that's pretty good. That's a pretty good compromise. And maybe there are other like newer hardware players that are out now. I can't imagine there are, because everybody has a phone. So what's the market for that? I don't know, something with a headphone jack. That's another thing I miss, headphone jacks, like big time.
Yeah. I mean, even if that's the only reason, like there's like open source phones for people who like stuff like that, you know? So it's like, yeah, I don't think just a dedicated music player there's much of a market for it anymore.
Yeah. Even something like these Anbernics like can be used like a media player too.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I haven't like used it, but they come with some kind of media player app on them, or there's also like an FFmpeg like RetroArch core, which is kind of funny. But yeah, there's some kind of media player in there for people who want to like listen to VGM soundtracks or whatever. Rockbox is cool too because it has like a bunch of the like chip format support and like MIDI support, so you can load up like your whole like Battle of the Bits libraries or whatever, like your favorite mods, mod archive.
I remember I was still using like my first generation Android phone, my iPod, and like an old ThinkPad right up to like 2014 when they all died or I had to get them replaced for work.
Oh, brutal.
No, I loved it.
That's what I'm saying though, at the end of an era, that's brutal when they all break it. I'm using like I have a Kindle that's like from 2010 or something like that, and it still works, but Amazon just killed the download and transfer via USB. So like you can't log into you can't authenticate on the Amazon store anymore. So I don't know how we're supposed to get books on those devices, like if from your Amazon thing or whatever. A lot of people recommend like switching to other ebooks that are more open.
Yeah, I mean, I love my Kindle and like how books are formatted on it, and how I don't have to like struggle to read anything. But
Yeah.
I do worry about that. But it's like I can get those books back in another format if I need to, you know?
Yeah. 1 minute.
Better than Apple books.
Yeah, that's true. I thought about working on this section too, and then I'm like, I'm gonna let somebody else tackle it. Gonna write fun bass riffs instead. Time.
Go.
Can I take over?
Do
Please
it.
do.
Okay.
Feel free to tweak. I think, yeah, it could be better.
This part, for some reason, reminds me of like the Dark World theme of A Link to the Past.
What the rhythm of the song?
Everything. Yeah, the rhythm and the chord changes.
There's a chord change, yeah, definitely. And a lot of like Majora's Mask. It's really nice stuff.
Me and my friends are playing through Twilight Princess right now.
Oh, dude, yeah. What, with a multiplayer mod? Or
What's
just
that?
like
We're playing the HD version on Wii U,
amazing?
and I've played it, and I played it like back in 2016. But my other friends haven't played it since it came out, and one friend never played it at all. So
Yeah, it's such a fantastic game. And the
Have you seen
soundtrack's,
that?
like, incredible.
yeah,
Have you seen that new like Zelda Maker game?
No, I haven't seen that.
no, I have not seen that.
It's not called like Zelda Maker, but it's it
Legally
looks like
distinct
Link to the
game
Past.
maker.
Yeah, legally distinct. And it's like super. It's really good.
Oh, what's the link? Oh, God, I'd love to read about that. Is it what, like a maker for like overhead, like old school Zelda or 3D or?
It's 2D.
Sweet.
It's like Link
Yeah.
to the Past.
Yeah, send the link if you don't mind. That'd be awesome.
Yo, Julian, welcome.
Oh. Maybe you didn't choose the right YouTube account, like, because I think like this is the secret identity of someone that
Julien.
that comes on the stream often.
Oh. Jojo Momo, I'm on C64, but I own Analog Pocket for LSDJ. Nice. I covet the Analog Pockets, but not so much that I want to spend a bunch of money on it now. It is a nice machine.
It's called Questmaster. I linked it in off topic.
That sounds like it should be for Quest 64. Which, if you don't know, there's like a whole Quest 64 meme account, which is just like post pictures of Brian from Quest 64 and a bunch of other ridiculous memes. It's good.
Ooh, this
Quest
looks cool.
Yeah, I saw a streamer play it, and I'm surprised to see now it only has like 250 reviews. Because it's like really polished.
It's the same sound as a DMG. I tested. Yeah, we've had some friends that so there's an open FPGA core that makes this. It improves on the sample playback. It seemed like last time people tested, the sample playback is slightly glitched out, but there's a better core that you can install that is pretty faithful. In which case, I would say it's the same. And I'm not that picky about the sound anymore. It's like by the time I run it through a mixer with a bunch of bass boost on the EQ, like I would pretty much take anything that can sound reasonably faithful, like Same Boy or better, or BGB. They're kind of equivalent. And also, it's chiptune. It's supposed to sound bad.
Yeah.
What is the max songs you can store on LSDJ? I don't know. Actually, the max, maybe it's like 32 songs. Really, though, it's more about how much space each song takes up. So you have a certain number of blocks. What is BF in hex? In decimal. Hang on a sec. Hexadecimal. BF. It is 191 blocks. Or something like that. So every song, once it's compressed, it takes up a certain number of blocks of memory and RAM. 8F blocks. Yeah, something like that. But you can see how many blocks you're using when you go onto the project screen and hit load save, and it'll show you how many blocks each song takes up and how many blocks are remaining. Depending on how much information you store on a song, I feel like I can usually get maybe 5 to 6 songs of the density that I compose at.
That sounds about right.
Psychology was able to fit. That's like, what, 8 songs? I was able to fit all of Psychology, but like barely. So that's 8 songs. Blockheads. What up, Puke?
Oh, that would have been so satisfying if you could have made Psychology work on one cart.
I think it does. But like barely.
I remember when I made that.
Because a couple of the songs are kind of short. Like the first song is pretty short, and yeah.
I forget. I'd have to go back into the file, but like when I made that little cart playlist of all of your tracks to bring on vacation with me, I had them all ready to go, and I was shocked by how little fit on one. I forget which ones were grouped together, but a couple of them were hefty, and I was like, oh man. And it forced me to like organize all of my music files, which is fun.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta give the emote wall some oomph, you know? You gotta, like, what's the point of it, only bouncing once? Like, people gotta get their money's worth. What means CP8 on the top left screen? So that has to do with which of the phrases in the current chain that you're on. So like the line of the chain screen. So you're 7 phrases down. That's line 7, as you can see there. If you go down to line 8, then it tracks the line of the chain screen. Is that Streamlabs? No, it is Social Stream. It used to be called like socialstream.ninja. I think that's still where you can download it. But it handles like the multiple like chat sources and sets up its own like emote wall, and then you can do this thing with like the featured chat, which is nifty. Oh, it's L-Sync. Switch to Twitch had some issues with the chat window not appearing. Sorry. My biggest LSDJ song is 10 blocks. I was very proud to hit that number. That's awesome. We have a joke about like maxing out. There was a joke for a while about like the use all memory and LSDJ challenge. Like in one song, use every chain, phrase, instrument, table, groove, synth, something like that. Well, yeah. But like using up every line of the song screen. It would have to be very repetitive or something.
That sounds awesome, Paul.
I realized that LSDJ is more stable than the C64. Well, I wonder if, because it's just been worked on for long enough that, and we had like a pretty active testing community who were reporting a lot of bugs. So it may just depend on the developer in terms of, but then again, I can't compare the hardware.
I don't know.
Yo, Panther Cat Animal, what's up?
Hello. I've been using version 8 stable, whatever it is, and there's some bugs.
Yeah.
The 9 is really good though.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Can I just like try to finish this phrase?
Yeah.
Because like liblsdj still I think only supports version 8.
It's kind of future-proof, or it should be anyway.
It is not, I can confirm.
Oh.
There are some things you just can't set. I was thinking of doing a PR, because the instruments have changed somehow. I didn't know this, but there's some, like, bit changes going around.
Oh, interesting. DMG has no sound chip. I believe it's on the CPU directly. Yeah, that's true. It's got some kind of audio processing unit. It's like the Sharp, what is it? LR35902? I think that's it. 933A boy, represent. Oh, cool. Are you hooking it up to something with MIDI? Like, are you using it in conjunction with other gear? I'm always curious how people are using the Arduino stuff. Yeah, NES has combo CP APU too. That's right. Because that design decision like influenced a lot of what they had going on Game Boy.
I'm done if anyone wants to take over.
Nice.
Wow.
Skip!
I'm wondering if on that second time round, when it comes back to the chords, you could do like inversions in the bass. Or, like keep the bass going down, 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 down. Might be tricky though.
Boom, 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 boom.
Probably a little bit of space between that.
It works pretty well as is, I think. But yeah, I agree. It could be like another bar or something. I use it with a Mini Freak and SP404. Yeah. I would like to use it for other stuff, though. Nice.
I like always think our transitions sound fine when it just goes from one thing to another, and then you guys always write awesome transitions. So.
It's so like tempting to. I think that's where some of the newer tunes maybe improve a little bit on the like, because there does tend to be the tendency to just jump worlds like immediately, which can be cool, and I have nothing against it. It can be an effective surprise, but also sometimes it's nice to like have something a bit more cohesive or like, you know, less abrupt. Just like, what? Less shocking. The only thing is missing an EQ on every channel. You can mess up the mix very fast. Oh yeah, that was one of my like earliest headaches with LSDJ, is just trying to mix between like, you know, instrument volume and then like the envelope, and then like using E commands in the phrases, and then like making sure that everything is kind of in its own frequency range so that it's not fighting each other too hard. It took a long time to get a handle on how to actually manage that. Maybe I still haven't quite figured it out, but I totally agree. It's like, you only have so much dynamic range, so there's not a lot of room for things to be loud and quiet. My or even like panning things to get them out of the way. It's like, it's all hard panning. My transition are always whiplash every time. I love crazy wall of noise like you just hit DMT or something. That's awesome. Anyone going to Boston 8 Butt next weekend? That's like a huge thing that's going on.
I'll know tomorrow whether I'm going or not. I don't even know if I can still get tickets, but like, yeah.
I'm not gonna go. I'm guessing people on other continents are not gonna go.
No, I'd love to, but it's not feasible.
I hear that they're gonna be streaming it, so I'm gonna be excited if that's the case. I know
amazing.
They said I think that there's gonna be like recordings, so but hopefully there are gonna be streams. Panning is a good function. I could not agree more. And these ARPs. Oh yeah, I was thinking like the pulse design in this section too could use like some duty cycle changes. That'd be great if they recorded it all. Yeah, I agree. But so far, want to go, but I'm broke. Yeah, same. They're planning on doing it next year, from what I hear too. So that might be a little more feasible then if I can manage to save up enough funds, or like release a hit album that goes platinum worldwide. A girl can dream. You just got to get featured in the right meme or something.
You gotta make a sound that goes viral on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
You just gotta make the new Hoktar. But like, replace it with the Game Boy sound.
Yeah. Or you know, like the guy who went viral for doing all of the. There's a few of them who do the like the transcriptions of like people talking and then like they harmonize it. That's like a popular format, but that kind of peaked like a few years ago and nobody does it anymore. I was
I
gonna
just don't know how
ask.
you do it unless you have like perfect pitch or you use a software. I don't know how you can physically do it.
Well, I know for a fact that one of the guys doesn't have perfect pitch, and like usually what you do is like loop a very small section of it, like in Audacity or something like that, and then as you hear it again and again, your mind starts to like assign the pitches to it.
Oh wow.
I was gonna ask if I can vend, but each day is a different venue and fuck setting up and tearing down every day. Yeah, that was insane to me that they've got a different venue every day. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're thinking about like wanting to partner with as many, like to diversify, I guess, and also to like showcase different parts of the city, but it's already enough to do a 3-day chip festival at one venue. So why would you, unless you have 3 different teams who are helping organize, and I don't believe that they do, that just seems like so much added. I don't know. You know, the first year of anything like this is always a bit, you know, probably experimental because they're trying something that really hasn't been tried before, and they'll probably learn about what works and what doesn't and make adjustments for next year if they still plan to do it. Probably couldn't get any one venue to give them 3 days in a row. That's so... Oh, and need to prove themselves. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, you guys haven't been organizing here in a while, and we don't know how many people are going to show up. But I bet you're right. If they got enough people to show, hey, this is a huge draw, then they might get a venue to agree for all 3 days.
I hope it's a huge draw. Like, I want more events on the East Coast again.
I don't. Bring back the Midwest events. We lost our scenes in Detroit and Chicago, and I don't know, there's a couple of people around my neck of the woods, but it's always like, it's more doable to do like a 3-hour drive than it is to do like a, I don't know, 13-hour drive or whatever it is to get out there.
Yeah, honestly, it's not too close for me either, but it's closer than anything else, so...
Oh, you played a punk show. Sweet. We have a little punk venue over here, but they also do like free jazz and they do like club music, and I mean they do all kinds of stuff, and I played there a few times and it's always a lot of fun. I was a last minute addition. Someone was sick. Oh, so there's not even any pressure to like be good. I'd be like, I'm just gonna have fun. Hope it went well then.
This whole section's so cool and complex. You could like do so much refinement to it. That's crazy.
Totally.
It's a really cool section.
Yeah.
2-ish minutes.
That's like 7 minutes. I didn't even do anything. I was just like,
Oh, went on first and sold 2 bleepers. Hell yeah. That's like worth it for the cost of going alone or whatever. Like, I don't know. I feel like I struggle to sell merch. I need to like invent my own bleepler type of deal, but not a non-competing Def Mech merch. Something that's standalone that complements the bleepler, that makes you want to have both. Venue was less than a mile away. You could walk there if it wasn't so freaking cold.
You could sell bleepler defense mechanisms, like a case for the bleepler.
You could use it as a defense mechanism. Bleeper people if they come too close.
You could use it as an attack mechanism.
Yeah.
Retro Kid messaged me the other day asking about some Telemelt stuff and called me Attack Automaton. And I was like, oh, that's like a good alter ego.
That's great. That's like a proper Godzilla rival. Attack Automaton.
Yeah. 1 minute.
oh.
There's so much I want to do, and there's so much time to spend on making it better.
Yeah, before you develop the base, I think this would have been a good way to introduce this section. Maybe if the base was a little bit more simple, it's like it's definitely progressed a little bit.
I play covers of Ween songs on LSDJ at open mic on Mondays, and everyone is so blown away by even the mere sight of a Game Boy. It's kind of crazy. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's the thing, like, a lot of people, I think, do get into it by doing covers, and I just can't bring myself to do covers. I like Game Boy covers, though, so it's, like, a bit silly.
I just want to say that, real quick, Paul, you have a lot to work to do over here, buddy. You gotta get started.
Yeah.
No. It's not my turn.
I took out like one measure.
Okay.
Yeah, did my bit. Royalties in the post.
They're just
Okay,
not
fine.
enough
I'll work
content.
here. What are we?
Like, there's good stuff there, but not like that much worth. Ooh,
Going deep.
seriously. As soon as I saw that, got excited.
Oh, but this isn't actually. There's something I wanted to change here. Well, we can do this. How are we doing on our? Whee!
Nice. Such a cool
I wanted
phrase.
that. Maybe we just take out this kick. What I really want to do is. Oh, not that one. Oh boy. Did we set up grooves here? Nope. That's fine. And then we'll have to put another one there. That should work. Winter Chip 20 got 420 entries. Hey-oh. Bam, bam, bam.
Wow, nice.
Whoa.
That's, what is it, 30 more entries I have to vote on? Hey, while you're here, not to, you know, add more to your plate, but what I'm just thinking, like, is there, Wave Channel can go one more octave deeper. Yeah, that's true. I'm like, how do I find out which entries I haven't voted on besides going, you know, one by one through the entries? There we go. That's, yeah. Okay, let's try this. Oh, and why not like a little spice? Oh, the page that lists all the entries for the battle puts the ones you haven't voted on yet at the top, and they have that star in the corner. Awesome. I never go to that page, but I do if I click like go to the previous entry of this format, and then it redirects me to that page because I was already at the last or the first for that format. So that's great to know. Thank you for the help.
Yeah, and they're also sorted from least votes to most votes.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Oh,
well, I didn't know that, and I learned something today.
Okay, so Winter Chip has a final number of entries of exactly 420.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice. Plays it.
I wonder how many image tracks or image submissions.
Mm.
Not to like knock them down too many pegs, but it'd be cool if it said like, you know, 350 like entries and like, you know, 70 image submissions.
420 is like baby numbers. Advent calendar had like 700 submissions.
Do you think about a challenge where the chords have readable words and yet listenable music?
Ooh.
Perhaps. Are you guys
try.
ending in 6 minutes? No. We are going for 56 more minutes.
Are we talking about like leet speak? Like
something like that, right? Yeah, we got another hour on the stream. So if you want to embed it, that would be cool. Especially since nobody should be working on Winter Chip. Although now there is a Chip West emo monthly, and now I got to think about if I'm going to do a follow-up to my previous MIDI West emo entry from, what was it? Spring? A few years ago. I did like a MIDI song that was emo. But I got some criticism on the sound design. They're like, the composition is amazing, but the sound design is whatever. Actually, you know, now I'm like, oh, I could do it on the like SC55 emulator. That would be cool. So, or, you know, M8, or I could learn how to play guitar.
Do it. Nice.
Come on, controller. I know what I want to do.
Yeah, listening to the Winter Chip stuff, there was some amazing Super NES made pieces. It's made me really want to try and learn that format for next time. I was trying to find if there was a way that you could import like sound fonts into M8 Tracker, but I think you probably have to just do audio samples, right?
Yeah, but there's sample packs. So you can go to either that link that I sent you, or I can just send something, because there's like the video game sample archive. That's probably the easiest one to use because they've already been like sorted, renamed, and tuned. Okay. And then there's also just like a Super Nintendo sample pack, which is kind of insane. But yeah, if you have any experience like working in a DAW, the easiest way to get into it is probably the C700 VST. And there's a whole guide written by Dammy Fortune called the Intenseness Tech for describing the different ways of making Super Nintendo music. I did have a read on that. It looks great. Yeah, I probably will use that. It's fun. It's like, to me, it's really similar to like a MIDI format, but you only get 8 channels and like very limited polyphony. But it can be pretty fun. Gabby, welcome. I wish there was an easier way to stay on top of larger community streams and get them, or community adjacent streams, and get them embedded on the site. Yeah, I mean, I'm not pushing for admin status or anything, but I would go in and just edit it myself if I like had the capability to do it. I would maybe 50% of the time, because I barely even post about it when it's actually happening. So I'm happy that you showed up. I love that. It's so bad.
It's like a snake charmer.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I was like, it's Sunday. Should there be a Telemelt now? And there it was. Yeah. Unfortunately, here we are. I did nothing with this. I cloned it, and I did absolutely nothing with it.
It definitely sounds just more digestible that way.
My favorite thing to do. That's right. Then where's the other ones? Are they here? Gonna use my last 10 seconds to do panning.
Punch them in. Copy paste.
Yeah. No. It's got to be manual. I do this every time. Ah! Yeah. I'll do one. I'll finish this phrase and then pass it off.
That's wild.
It doesn't take that long. And like, I don't know. I just don't want to go copying and pasting and like messing stuff up. Okay.
That's why I wanted you to.
Okay. No. Not like that. But close enough. What did I just do? Okay. And then... I have LNR like inverted from, or A and B inverted from where I usually have them. This is crazy, but normally I have them like on on whatever controller I'm using, I just like remember which one is A and B, and I'm trying to get out of that habit. Like I don't.
That's wild.
Yeah, I
real
know.
nano loop hours. If you've ever used nano loop, you use B to like enter notes or like edit parameters, and then I don't know what A does. A does like something else. Like,
oh no, yeah.
Do you make music on DAW too? Yeah. I mean, I have been known to do that, but the last time I did it, I was really enjoying using a combination of DAW and Tracker, or I'll use like Redux, which is made by the same people who make the Tracker Renoise. And it kind of uses like Renoise instruments and has like the capability to do what they call phrases, but it is analogous to tables in LSDJ. So you can do Tracker style stuff in there, or I've even experimented with like syncing transport between Reaper and Renoise, and that is pretty fun when it works. It's not like the most efficient thing, but I like the audio editing capabilities of DAWs for sure. And like if you're doing anything with recorded audio, that's like the way to go. But I've been experimenting more with like sample style workflow in trackers, and tracker style drums seems that's the thing. It's like for drums and like percussion, or like if you're doing breaks, all of that like jungle drum and bass style stuff, and even other styles work really well in trackers. And like in a DAW, it's like I know people have their workflow designed well to handle that kind of stuff, but like it wasn't anything that I ever got seriously into. I use DAWs more for like mixing, so that's where I'm like more comfortable. Yeah, transfer LSDJ multi-track so I can mix and master. I did the same thing. I was just talking about that in the PSG Cabal, like splitting up the channels and then even splitting the channels up by role, because sometimes I'll have like a kick, a pulse kick, but then like later in the track that pulse is a lead or whatever. So don't want to mouse each drum hits volume. No way. No, people do that stuff in FL Studio. When I used to use Fruity Loops, they had like the step sequencer, and that was cool. And like, I think somebody has made kind of a clone of that. I mean, it still has the step sequencer, I think, but I don't know how people use it now. Somebody like cloned that in Reaper. I don't know how stable it is or anything, but I like that one a lot because it's like a nice pattern. But then like, okay, let's say you want to like, the tracker style thing is so nice because if you want to like retrig something at the rate of a triplet or like delay it by a certain amount, it's definitely easier to do either that way, or like in Reaper you can set the grid to be like divisions of a bar or a beat, which is really cool because you can just set it to like 12 divisions of a beat and do, quarter note triplets or eighth note triplets or whatever.
Yeah.
There's certainly a VST who can do LSDJ. Yeah, it's RetroPlug, and I use that.
Fun.
It's less fun. Well, it can also be much easier. I haven't found like a super efficient. I mean, usually if I'm doing stuff in a DAW, I'm like recording MIDI from a keyboard, and that's nice. That's not always well supported in trackers, but like it works well in Renoise. I tried doing it in OpenMPT, but it seems to me like there's latency, like it's not necessarily set up for like live recording. Or like, I'm not sure what the quantizing is like, but Renoise has like input quantize, so that's really helpful. Like, I'm just really spoiled by Renoise. I love Renoise. In some ways, M8 kind of feels like a more portable Renoise, but the DSP stuff in Renoise, like the effects, the native effects, and like the chaining that you can do is so good. I love that Renoise is a format on Battle of the Bits because it's like, it's so powerful. I'm on Logic X. Nice.
Nothing reminds me of how bad my rhythm is than using an OP1 without any quantization.
Ambient.
polyrhythms
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh, by the way, our friend Jay Maple is now has a full sound bank of Nanoloop Mono.
Ooh la la.
Oh, nice.
Nanoloop Mono is kind of insane. I thought it was interesting for a little while, but honestly, I think Nanoloop 2 probably gets just as good sounds, or maybe, I mean, I know it's like a different thing because Nanoloop Mono is all analog, but like you only get 3 channels and you gotta switch off between like either having noise or having like chords, or I've heard like people, you know, grab one and then try to use it and be like, yeah, it couldn't really, the workflow didn't really jive with me, so I went back to using whatever. Still, the idea that's like it's the only real hardware that I know of that uses the expansion audio pin on the Game Boy, which most people don't know exists. It's crazy.
He inferred that his excuse for using Nanoloop Mono was because he found a pack of batteries. I found some double A's. I guess I gotta make a banger now.
That's crazy.
I bought like a 50 pack on Amazon just so I could be done with it for a while.
Anteloops, but you know what? One of my Anteloop chargers died, which is ridiculous. And it's not the one that I bought a long time ago. It's the one that I bought like a few months ago. Like, what? So I may spring for a higher quality charger because I was like, I deserve to be able to charge 8 batteries at the same time.
Damn right.
Like,
That's 2 DMGs.
Yeah, just charge them all at once and get it over with.
Yeah.
But they hold a charge so well that like I don't know exactly. I've never like timed it, but I would guess like 20 to 30 hours of good LSDJ time per charge. And so like if I charge them and then play a show and then I don't play a show for like 2 or 3 months, like I don't even bother charging them again because I'm like I'll rehearse with them, you know, do a few run-throughs and then just take them to the gig and like not even worry about whether they're gonna die or not. But I've had like, you know, good old Duracell like alkaline batteries like die in the middle of a set before. Thankfully not in the Game Boy that was still playing or whatever. It was like right at the end of a song or something, so I just like transitioned over to the other one to swap the batteries out while it's not. And people were like, oh, I had no idea. I'm like, yeah, I was just silently freaking out, having a panic attack. Show must go on. That's one of the...
Go on.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I've never tried the Eneloops, but I've tried the IKEA ones, which also have quite high capacity over here.
Oh, nice.
They're great. Again, like you can get about like 30 hours, which is insane. You know, you can do a whole week's writing or whatever and not have to charge them. Some
of these things are kind of like rebranded, you know, like they might really be Eneloops or similar. Like they have like Amazon Basics, you know, that are supposed to be similar to Eneloops, and I've got those too. It's probably all subjective, but I feel like they don't quite last as long as the Eneloops. And by the way, you don't want to get the Eneloop Pros. Those have a higher charge output, but a lower battery life. So it's like you get more power out of them, but they don't last as long. So I always tell people to go for the standard ones. 5 seconds. We've been talking a lot.
As long as someone's doing something, that's all that matters.
Who else has learned to read the brightness level of the little red light on the DMG to assess if you're okay for another song?
That's a great point. Yeah.
So I did something which is one of those mods to basically add another kind of step, a voltage regulator in between the power board and the backlight because, well, first of all, I'm still using backlights. It helps reduce a little bit of the noise, but it also makes it a little more stable. The problem is, like, because the voltage output stays so consistent, the light is no longer an indicator of when the battery dies. So it's just like it stays the very consistent level of brightness until just like it's gone. So I wish that it was still working that way, but not at the expense of like the benefits of adding the little regulator board.
The worst is if you don't have like matching double A's and you're chancing it with a weird one you're not sure, and then you start out with a bright light, and then like 6 minutes later it just dies.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to snitch, but .exe has been working for 11 minutes now.
He gets the extension.
Wow.
That's literally his name is extension.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, take the controls then. No, I think it's Connor's turn.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you finishing up an idea?
Nope,
Galaxy?
I just finished.
No.
I have ideas
No.
if...
You're legally required to take the controller now.
Take it away. What should we do? Yes. Oh.
Clone as many chains as deep clone as many chains as possible to use up all of the phrases so that we can call this done.
Oh yeah,
Oof.
I forgot something needs to be done with like the noise channel in this drill. I'm never a fan of like that sort of, you know, marching band, very straightforward, just like hammering on the snare. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is going to work all the way, I think.
Jesus Christ, that scared me. That's.
I can't get my Telemelt sounds to work, so for whatever reason. I don't know why. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you can't. I tried to do like clapping while I was in control, and I couldn't.
Oh, that must be it. You can only participate via sound effect when you're not playing actively. When you're not active player.
You can bind the sound effects. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
That's okay.
You can bind the sound effects to take over the stream. Big collab today. What up, Big Lumpy?
Your comment.
Oh boy. Yep. It's also a gamble with my Easy Flash Jr. since saving entails a reboot. You know, it's the same thing as the EverDrive. It's just that the Easy Flash Jr. is like more power hungry and less stable. EverDrive needs the same thing though. Harrowing if you've been tracking for some hours though. Yeah, and I have a couple of like of the BenVen Easy Flash, or is it called, not Easy Flash Jr., El Cheapo SD, like 2.0s. They don't have a battery in them at all. So what I took to doing was just using Little FM and saving to the ROM. Oh, enjoy your lurk. Because like, yeah, if you forget to hit that soft reset button, like you're done. Because it's got to write it to the SD, which is a bummer. But I mean, like on one hand, it's nice to not have to worry about battery replacement, but like not at the expense of worrying about losing your work. You know what I mean? So I generally don't choose to use them. I like the Inside Gadgets FRAM carts, or if you can find it, a Dragon Derp from 10 years ago. 10 plus. I don't know. I don't actually know when the first round of Dragon Derps went into production. But it's been a while. Maybe sometime before 2015, probably.
I really like the wave channel on this song. I do want to go in and add more texture at some point, but it's like I really don't have to do much.
I was thinking it could use more samples, not like, I mean, yeah, distorted ones too, but also like regular sample. And I keep meaning to like add more samples to the ROM, and then like, it's like, when do I find the time to do that? I was going in to like extract some samples from a Genesis game. And then I guess that became a whole project that I was like, I have to abandon this before the samples are done. Because I was like, I want to get them in at the right sample rate, but I don't know how to determine what the right sample rate is. I don't know if anybody has I figured out that you can import a Genesis ROM into Audacity. I think it's as 8-bit, maybe unsigned raw audio, and then you scroll to the part where it looks like there's waveforms instead of just random noise, although that would be fun too. And that's usually how the samples are stored in the ROM, like fairly raw PCM, but then you need the right, and there's like I forget what the sample rate is, but even still, you know, they usually need to be pitched up or down. So anyway, I didn't get around to it.
Yeah, I don't know. The FM chips are pretty weird with samples.
Yeah, that's one of those where I'm like, I'm not gonna learn Furnace Tracker, but if I did, I would be happy to make. Actually, you know what? I think you can do it in Bamboo Tracker. I think it can export as a Genesis. What is that? 2608? Bamboo Tracker is pretty good though. It's very similar to Fami Tracker, but you get to write music for PC 98.
Everyone stream.
Of course, now that we can do all kinds of crazy FM stuff on M8, that's like less. But the PC 98 stuff is so cool. You've got like built-in samples, you've got a whole PCM channel, you've got 3, square wave channels, and then you've got like 6 FM channels. So there's like so much stuff that you can do.
Can you do like the TurboGrafx sound chip in what is it? The
Furnace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It pretty much supports every sound chip. Like, I don't know of any sound chip that it doesn't support. It has so many sound chips that I don't know what most of them are.
Virtual Boy?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, because I don't know of many like TurboGrafx games, but there's this game called Demon Crush with just like such a killer TurboGrafx sound chip or soundtrack.
Nice. I'll have to check it out.
Oh yeah, and it's a pinball game.
Oh, well, now I really have to check it out.
Whoa.
I thought, like, maybe I've heard of it before. What's it called?
Devil's Crush.
Yeah, wait. No, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm looking up to see if it's the thing that I... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, I know about this one, and that is killer. I should revisit it, like, now that I have the Anbernic. I think I probably figure out how to get it to work on there. Yeah, and the soundtrack is kind of insane, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. You know what else? I was speaking of like insane soundtracks. I feel like Alien Soldier on Genesis is one of those. There was just a battle that was like celebrating the 30th anniversary of Alien Soldier.
Whoa, this looks crazy.
Aldi NES? I don't know what that is. Aldiness? Aldine? That was a fun battle too. Yo, what up, OPM? I saw your wild chip battle art. That was so cool. The track art. Or the battle art, I mean. Yeah. It featured like, I don't know, 100 people on Battle of the Bits. Congratulations on that. That was very impressive.
It sounds like the Telemelt of Battle of the Bits graphics.
Yeah. Oh, time's up. Sorry, no warning.
Yeah.
I got distracted again. Who's next? Pouale, I think.
Yeah, I think it's my turn.
Oh, a shmup on Super Graphics. Nice.
I had an idea for a section that isn't this one for a change.
Yeah. Oh, gotta start the timer. You get free 20 free seconds.
He's so generous.
He won't let you down.
Yeah.
Connor, did I mention last stream or 2 streams ago Zelda Infinity Dungeon? Or Dungeons of Infinity?
That was the one you were playing, right?
Yeah.
Was it Link to the Past mod? Was it?
Yeah, they recreated it. In like, I don't know, just some engine. And it's like, you know, a roguelike procedurally generated Zelda game with like a final boss with like increasing difficulty and permadeath.
Nice.
And it's like phenomenal. Like
I've been meaning to try it. Yeah, was it Dungeons of Infinity? Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'll check it out.
If you
got a link, yeah. Have you beat it?
I'd be very impressed.
Thanks, glad you liked it. I was anxious I'd run out of time, but made it just about. Nice.
I've just started a big wormhole. A new Monster Hunter game came out on Friday, so I've been playing.
Oh, Wilds.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's amazing. If you like Monster Hunter, that is. But yeah, I love it.
I only played the one for 3DS for a little bit, but all my friends are like in Discord right now playing that game, losing their minds.
Yeah, I probably would be if I wasn't making music with you guys.
I want it, but I don't like want it $70 worth.
Fair, very fair.
Pricey game, but it looks gorgeous.
It's really good. It's very hungry for PC specs, which a lot of people complain about, but it's the first game in a long time that I've had to upgrade some bits, which is good though, because it means it's nicer for, you know, recording software as well. You know, it's not just, you know, it's an investment to work as well as games.
Yeah, I built a new PC back in September, so
nice.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, I don't know. All of my experiences with building my PC have been like trials. It's just like troubleshooting, trying to figure out why this isn't working, and now I have to get a new motherboard, or now I have to buy another hard drive because this one filled up too quickly again.
My RGB AIO gave me issues for a while, and I had to replace it, and it definitely sucked the fun out of the first week of the build.
Yeah.
Tear it down and rebuild it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great when it works, but it normally doesn't. I think that's always the problem. It's always like the BIOS or the software rather than the hardware.
But now, now Telemelt doesn't chug anymore like it used to.
Nice.
I remember that, like, having that issue with Jumbox. Like, it was like I could barely listen to a Jumbox tune in the browser because it would just like choke, and now it's like no problem.
Nice, that's cool.
Oh no! I did this!
What?
Sorry. I was like, can we get a
what did you do?
variation on this? And then I was like, oh no, we already did. No, actually, maybe what needs to happen is like set the command rate to 2 or something, or 1 rather.
Do I clone the instrument or?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be pretty obvious if we need to in other spots.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, because this one. Yeah, that seems way better to me.
I'm not sure about the reason though.
It's wild that we started the song at 200 BPM.
Mm.
That's one thing I kind of want to experiment with is like writing at faster tempos, because like sometimes I hear ideas or I'll hear something in a song and I'll go like, I can't understand that at all. And then I'll like break it down and I'll be like, no, wait, I do understand it. It's just, it happens at a rate that is too fast for my brain to process it in real time. So I'm like, well, all you have to do to make something sound really complicated is just like put a bunch of stuff next to each other and then play it really fast. That's at least how I'm interpreting it. So I'm like, it's kind of fun to like, you know, assemble something in pieces that, you know, each chunk of which is like very comprehensible, but then like when you put them all together, it sounds like more complicated than it really is.
I'm writing a Gabber song right now, and like the way you have to approach the melody is so different from anything, because you just lose like all these little timing details don't sound right, and like little bits of the melody don't come through, and it's like, yeah, no wonder every Gabber song sounds the same, because there's really like at some point it just like cuts down on what you can do.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I'm still learning also. I could be completely wrong, and maybe Gabber is the most versatile genre of all, all of them.
No, that is funny to think about though. Like, yeah, it's kind of another constraint or like limitation, like, yeah, the nuances or something, like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm sure I've talked about this one too, but there are things like, I've heard like footwork tracks where it's like, I mean, it's usually 160, but sometimes it can be faster, but just the rhythms, I go like, I don't understand. It was similar to this track where I was like, I know that it's in 4, but like I can't hear the way that the rhythms break down. Like the groove is not like entering my brain in a way that I'm perceiving it sensibly or something. Like it sounded off kilter or something. But I've perceived that as a shortcoming of my ear, not like of the track, you know. But we've kind of deviated pretty far from where it started, I think.
Yeah, I was actually curious about that. I don't know what comes from the original song at this point.
Not a whole lot, because like I think the chains that we started with are like below this current song block.
Yeah, I think like the chord harmony is still there for the like the original loop. In Pulse 2, we kept the chord command rhythm for quite a while now. I think it's slowly slowly merged into what we've made. yeah.
I mean, I guess for some reason this only just now like occurred to me, but it would be cool to take some of the just little like simple chords like that on piano and guitar and just sample it and throw it in the track.
I think the piano would work a treat for this one.
It's coming to mind because I was experimenting with that live recording stuff on M8, and I'm like, oh, well, obviously you can't live record into LSDJ. That would be incredible, but
oh yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah, we could do that. We could, put some more samples in it. That could be quite fun.
Supposedly, and I don't know when, but there was talk of MIDI support coming to LSDJ, making it more similar to like MGB, being able to accept incoming like MIDI notes and possibly transport so that you can just use LSDJ like a MIDI instrument, which people have been requesting for like a long time. So making something like retro plug even more like just a VST, you know, like a Game Boy VST that you can just play pulse 1, 2, wave noise on like channel 1, 2, 3, 4, and then probably switch through instruments using like program change, something like that.
So do you think at that point you could connect it to like a MIDI controller, like a keyboard, and be able to control all 3, 4 channels?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, you would probably have to have an Arduino boy or something to send the MIDI. Oh, I gotta start the thing now. You got a free 40 seconds. Sorry, I got so excited with the MIDI.
Nice.
So smooth.
Little sleazy lick.
Yeah. There's that like diminished lead up to the diminished triplet lead up to the solo and yogurt song that I'm just like, I think Pouale did that and I was like, man, this is sick. It's so like, it's such a small nuance, but it just really like chef's kiss, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're getting into we gotta reuse some instruments territory.
Could always try cleanup, maybe.
Did I do that lead up? I know I did a lead up, but I wouldn't know what to call it.
I can't remember. I think it might have been Pouale. Pouale has some tasty diminished runs and quite a few tunes.
Yeah, I think I did like a more chromatic lead up into something. Like it was all intervals of 2 or 4 or something.
That's cool.
Why do those chords sound better? I don't know. You just clone that instrument another 10 times.
Maybe we should just take a little time to talk as a group, like together, about like maybe like this structure.
No.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'll go 2 weeks without ever talking about it.
We got a little time after your turn if you want to finish. I mean, feel free to do whatever, or I can pause the time and we can talk.
No,
and then...
no. I don't have like a lot. The most important thing for me is to like do like some overall like structural like I don't know.
You want to play
like
band director? You want to play band director?
Yeah, I want to think tank this little area with you guys and see what you think about. Not like fast tracking it or anything, but just trying to see where like we can trim the fat a little bit here because I mentioned it earlier.
Half G 567. Your mixes sound better than almost every chiptune I hear. Gosh, thanks so much. I have to believe it's a team effort.
That's a really nice comment.
You could maybe take out like 3 and then.
But my favorite mixes are from
5.
Antler. Well, Antler is the GOAT.
Like 3 and then maybe I forget which ones are the same section. Like 5, 6, or 7. I'm not sure if that's part of this. No, 7 isn't part of the same thing. Like you could take out those entire rows, maybe. Like I know you said not necessarily fast tracking it, but yeah, I do feel that section is kind of slow.
I mean, it's a good little intro.
It is a good intro, but I don't think you need 3 and 4. That's why I say like.
Well, that's why I was trying to work on those other phrases like row 5, 6. 1E, 2F, 1F.
Yeah.
Like to add some more interest in the melody and stuff. And then like I mean that noise chain 36. Like I would love to see that instead of being there 5 times in a row and then again later and then again later. Like that we add some more interest in the noise channel. So I'm in favor of taking out 3 and 4 song rows 3 and 4.
I wouldn't say 3 and 4. I would say 3 and then one of the kill our darlings, one of the rows after that.
Yeah, like maybe 6. Because I don't think I did anything on 6, so you could get those phrases back.
Yeah, or even more.
Oh, pouale did.
More than just something different in the noise channel, but like something different in the wave channel to go along with it. As cool as the wave channel is.
I didn't mess with 28. So yeah, I mean maybe we do something like 1E in the pulse and then 30 in pulse 2 and then 28 and 36. So, you know what I mean? Because there is that like that work that pouale did that I don't want to just erase in the next here.
I actually feel like
oh, it's 2F.
Somehow, like this is 2F is.
Oh yeah, I forgot how much work went into 2F to make it different.
The song you guys did together. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we did a couple of them. We did Beat Juice and we did Bass Itch. But I think both of them slap.
Beat Juice is goated.
So maybe you could just remove 3, because I think a lot of work has been done on at least the melody on everything after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody miss like the sample work?
It comes in later, so I think it's fine.
Does it?
Does it?
Take out 4.
I think so.
Take out 4 instead of 3. It's the same thing, but with no samples.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like this is necessarily like the best way to introduce like.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
like I think we have to
start with 28 on the WAV and then put 25 on like the second and third one to get the variation maybe.
That's true. Yeah.
So then you have like a normal snare then the wonky one.
There's more going on with the melody, but it might work.
Yeah.
Is anything in 2B that shouldn't like? I'm like, can we switch out 2B with 225?
Here, I'm gonna pass it to you because I feel like
I'll take the. Yeah, I guess we don't have that. We have about 10 minutes total left on the stream, so maybe I'll just reset that.
This is why we don't talk.
I thought it was just a good idea.
No, it was
That's a great idea.
I was kidding. Yeah, it's good.
Because I know if it didn't happen now, then what's gonna happen is like one of us is gonna try to like dib.
Oh, there's some sample stuff in 28 too.
interesting. This might be the most work that's going to be required of any project we've had. For Paul, I mean, not for me.
Maybe we can dib on this. I like that. I dig that.
Yeah.
This is like, if I was working on this track by myself, I would probably just move everything down and then just move my favorite sections up. You know, like isolate them and then figure out how they're gonna piece together after that.
So 6 and 7 is strong. It gives a quite a big lift, and then you've got like a re-intro at 8, which is it's maybe a bit early for that sort of thing. I don't know.
But then it starts repeating itself again when you get back down to like OC, OD.
Yeah.
I'm like, do we even need this? You know what I mean?
I mean, I really like that phrase, but if it flows better, it flows better.
This is kind of what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 3 suited better transition-wise.
Pressure. EXE, I think there'll be room for that phrase that you like a little later.
What if it goes there?
Like all the way, just stays down there?
Yeah, out of the way.
What if it just outside?
So... Problem is, it's like so many things repeated in a row.
I think that section with the samples is a little too much. Because, like, 2F is really cool.
Is that one that we took out or something?
No. You were there. It just, like, Paul did 2F, which sounds awesome. But I think just the samples
here.
in 28. Yeah, 104.
Okay, well, I don't know. It needs more work, obviously, but we might as well save what we have. We have a we have a lot of decisions to make, and then if somebody maybe wants to you know, take a stab at messing around with it. I'm about to dog walk. Yeah. How long are you saying on? I think we're probably. I'm gonna call it. Speaking of dogs, my dog is going nuts in the background. So
yeah, we can hear it.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the stream, I think. But thanks y'all for joining, and yeah, you can unembed us now from the website, so we'll be done. Okay. Thanks for being here, guys, and we'll see you next time. 2 weeks. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.